Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mike back here with you once again. And today I am bringing you my predictions for NWA Hard Times 3. That's right, the third in this line for the National Wrestling Alliance. Now, I am very sorry. I did promise you an MCU video. I didn't realize how crazy November is going to be. We have this tomorrow. Then next week, Friday, Saturday, is Impact Overdrive. And then Full Gear for AEW. And then the week after that is Survivor Series. So end of November is going to be a little crazy. Also, I am going to be seeing Black Panther Wakanda Forever on Monday. So here's what I'm thinking. If I get this out quick enough, Monday I could do recap review for Hard Times 3 on Monday during the day, about now-ish on Monday. And then Tuesday, I could give my thoughts on the MCU. And then later on in the week, I could do my predictions for that week's show. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll try my best to get it out in decent order. So for now, let's go on with the predictions for NWA Hard Times 3. So, for right now, it's a hardcore tag team war, which I think we had last time at the 74th anniversary, which kind of didn't go all that well. And it's a 6-man tag team match with no DQ. So, first, one team, we have Magic Jake Dumas, Mercurio, I hope I'm saying that right, and Jax Dane, the Dane Event, former NWA National Champion and former NWA Champion. I believe he held the 10 pounds of gold for a little while before Power got started, so that's interesting. And they are taking on Anthony Mayweather, the former Crimson, JTG, former tag team guy in WWE, and the Pope, the former Elijah Burke. I believe Elijah Burke was trying to get in the world title scene, and I guess that didn't work. This is interesting because neither of these teams have teamed together before. The most is with JTG. He's been teaming with the former Fandango. So I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go Mayweather, JTG, and Pope for the win here. So that should be fun. Next up, it is for the National Openweight Championship. The NWA version. We'll get to that. As we have Scion, who just won the title recently against Jax Dane, takes on NWA kind of newcomer Dak Draper, who has come over from Ring of Honor. This is an interesting one because I kind of want both guys to win. Like, I've been enjoying Scion and his story with his father, that being, God, what's his name? I forget his name. And Dak Draper has really impressed me when I did watch Ring of Honor when it was on. So, yeah, this is a tough one for me. I think I'm going to go Scion to retain, and then maybe he's forced to unmask afterwards. I don't know. I kind of like the masked gimmick, honestly. So, that's that. Next up, we got the United States Tag Team titles on the line. It's the Fixers, Jay Bradley and Wrecking Ball Legursky, take on the Spectaculars, Rush Freeman and Bradley Pierce, with Ronaldo Friedman in their corner. I've been really liking Ronaldo Freeman's story lately, considering he's beaten a lot of tough guys, including Matt Cardona twice, which that's surprising. Yeah, this is another tough one for me. I like both squads. But I think the Fixers are going to retain here. They just won the titles. These are newly created titles. Although we did have an angle on NWA USA last week where I forget his name, whoever the president is, tried to replace the US titles with some honestly better looking ones. But Wrecking Ball refused because he thought he was getting stripped of the title. I don't know. It was really kind of dumb. But I think the Fixers retain. And I don't know. Maybe they'll move on and do something else with another team. Next up, we have the NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line as Homicide defends against Kerry Morton, Ricky Morton's kid, one half of the Rock and Roll Express. Very old school tag team. Homicide has pretty much been rolling through the junior heavyweight division, which has been interesting. It's another tough one for me to call because I think it's time to give Kerry Morton a bit of a push. But I think Homicide is going to retain. Alright, our first match without a title. As it's EC3 versus Tom Latimer. Now EC3 has been in charge of Control Your Narrative, which started out as a promotion. Now it's kind of just a stable on NWA TV, which I'll admit it's pretty creative. And then Latimer was in a group of his own, but they broke up. That was Aldis, Chris Masters, Chris Adonis, whatever you want to call him, Latimer, and Camille. So I think a bunch of CYN members get involved here, cost Latimer, and then I think there's a stipulation where if Latimer loses, he joins the group. So, yeah, I think EC3 gets the win here. Next up, this one is going to be interesting. I don't know if it's officially still on the card, but Otis' son was supposed to take on Nick Aldis, but it looks like Nick Aldis is taking some time away from the NWA and maybe looking to go somewhere else. I don't know. I know he's going to be sitting out the rest of his contract, though, so we'll see what happens there. So if this match is still on, it looks like it's going to be Otis' son versus a mystery opponent. I'm not sure who they could bring in. But I think Otis' son gets the win here, and hopefully we see him further up the card sometime soon. Next up, the NWA World Tag Team titles are on the line as La Rebellion, that's Bestia 666 and Mecha Wolf, take on Hawks R.E., Luke and PJ Hawks, the father and son team, who are from New Orleans, Louisiana. So that's a hometown rub. Now, Bestia and Mecha Wolf have had Bestia's father, Damien 666, who is a pretty famous luchador at this point, at ringside to help them win matches. So, do we see him get involved this time? I'm not sure. Nice hometown win for Hawks R.E. would be nice. But I think La Rebellion hold on to these titles at the very least until Davey Boy Smith Jr. gets healthy so he and Doug Williams can challenge for the title again. Alright, next up we have the MLW Openweight Championship. That's right, some interpromotional crossover with Major League Wrestling as Davey Richards defends against Kobe Carino. That's right, the son of the late Steve Carino, One of the most underrated dudes to ever lace him up. Um, MLW actually just got back on the road, so they're taping. We'll see what happens there. I do think David Richards is going to retain here. And then I do believe next week on MLW, which is on Thursday on Pro Wrestling TV, if you guys want to go check it out. And I believe he's holding a challenge against Alex Kane, who is the former national champion. So, yeah, I'm going to give David Richards here. Ooh, this next one is going to be extremely interesting. As we have the battle of the question marks. Now, let me explain this. When NWA first got on the air, there was this masked guy, he nondescript clothes, question mark on his head. He was the question mark. And they built him from Mongolia, which isn't really a place. They had the flag, they had the national anthem. He was a very kooky character, and I enjoyed him. Now, the athlete who played that character recently passed away. Now, before he passed away, he did take on a student, Aaron Stevens, who I believe was the openweight champion at the time. If you don't remember Aaron Stevens, he is God, I forget his name. I'm sorry. And he apparently has the rights to the question mark gimmick, so he put it on Rodney Mack. Let's face it, it's Rodney Mack. I know that body anywhere. Put him in the mask, and yeah, now he's question mark. Now, recently, we have had a second question mark come in to validate that, oh yeah, he's the original question mark's brother or cousin or something. So that's going to be interesting. And now we have both of these two in a match, mask versus mask. And I do believe question mark 2 is going to get the win here. Big babyface win. Maybe he gets beat down afterwards. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I like to see a good babyface win here. Alright, next up, I believe one of the last... Oh no, we got a couple more title matches to go. And it is for the vacant NWA television title. We'll get to that one in a few. This was set up as a tournament on, I believe it was USA for a while. Finalists, we have AJ Kazana, who is... He's pretty impressive. He's a good old Southern boy. Against Jordan Clearwater, who is with Tyrus, who was the original champion, who vacated the title, in Idol Sports Management, with manager Austin Idol. I came up with it. God dang it. Ooh, this is going to be interesting, because I do enjoy both guys. And the original time they fought to a no contest. So this is why this match is here. You know what? I think we're going to keep it in the Idol Sports Management family. We're going to put it on Jordan Clearwater. Next up, in a Voodoo Queen casket match. Now, if you don't know what that is, you have to incapacitate your opponent so much that you can put them in a casket, close the lid to win. And it's Natalia Markova, who has been on the rise lately within NWA. Hopefully she gets some sort of title shot in the future. Taking on quite a challenge, Max the Impaler, who actually did issue this challenge, which I'm finding to be interesting. I think Max gets the win here. They are definitely on a roll when it comes to pro wrestling. Although they've been losing a lot, so hopefully they can get back on track with a gimmick match like this. Alright, semi-main event time. As we have a three-way for the NWA Women's Championship. As Camille takes on Kylan King, who beats... Who did she beat? I don't know. She beat somebody to beat Taya. That's who she beat. She beat Taya Valkyrie to become #1 contender. And then Chelsea Green. This is an interesting one because Velvet Sky, who is a commentator, I believe she's retired now, had a contract for a title shot after I believe it was back at the Team Series, which her team won. And I believe that was the last one to be cashed in. And she gave it to Angelina Love, her best friend, who then lost it to Green, who is now in this match. Now, there's a lot of signals that Green may be going back to the WWE sometime soon. Although maybe closer to the Rumble. I don't know. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. As much as I want Kylan King to win this, and she would be fantastic as champion, I don't think it's quite time to dethrone Camille yet. And now, I do get it. She has pretty much run through the entire NWA women's roster. But I think she's been good as a dominant champ. Now, who beats her in the future? Don't know. We'll see. And now the match I've kind of been dreading a little bit. The NWA World Heavyweight title on the line as Trevor Murdoch defends against Matt Cardona and Tyrus. Now, Tyrus, there's an interesting stipulation on the TV title in that if you have 10 success, either it's 10 or it's 8 successful defenses in a row, you can then cash that in to get a world title shot. Now, yes, at the last anniversary, he did challenge for the world title without cashing in for whatever reason. And I have been reading that Billy Corgan, who is the president, wants to crown Tyrus as NWA champ. And I gotta say, I do not like that. And that might make me stop watching the NWA. So, in my gut, I'm going to say this. I think I really, really want it to be the man who never really lost the title, Matt Cardona. He had to vacate it due to injury before Always Ready. Now he's back. And I think he's going to regain the title. Like, that is my hope. I hope what I'm reading on the internet is wrong about Tyrus, because, let's face it, I don't think anyone wants to see him as NWA champion. Alright, that is it for me from this time. Like I said, I'll try to get a review / recap up on Monday before I go to the movies. And then Tuesday, maybe I'll go through the MCU with y'all. Or at least Phase 4. Then maybe I'll do something a little more with that. Get back into the MCU making videos. Alright, that's it for me. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're not. And, yeah, let's have some fun this weekend, hopefully. Until next time, peace.